Hey, what's up, fellow gamers? Adam here from MandewGaming, probably better known as TH3 Fancy Sauce on the Dawngate, bringing you a video about what is Dawngate. Dawngate is a up-and-coming free-to-play MOBA game created by Waystone Games. It's currently in closed beta, but very, very easy to get a beta key to get right into the game. They stream like every day, and they usually have their Twitch beta key in the stream. Anyways, so yeah, this free-to-play MOBA game. I guess I'll just jump right into it. The Shapers. So if you're coming from a League background, the Shapers are the equivalent of champions. As you can see, they're separated into different categories. I mean, it's fairly similar. You have the carries, bruisers, mages, assassins, tanks, and supports. It's pretty straightforward. So there's these things called loadouts. It's actually really cool. Instead of the rune mastery system, they have what is called loadouts, and I guess I can probably clear a page for you just show you. So everybody starts out, as you can see right here. This is the starting basic loadout that they give every single player. They've assessed it, I guess, and this is like the most even playing field you can have. It's well for like any shaper you could ever play. Everybody will do decent with this. So this is what you start out with. As you can see, I'll just kind of remove it here. It's like a puzzle piece. You have your okay, and a lot of people don't have a passive, which is interesting, but it comes from you get your passives from creating these loadouts. So I'll just show you. Let's see here. We'll use Duelist. This is a popular passive. As you can see, you drag it on to your loadout, and it's kind of like a puzzle piece. You fit it into place, and it gives you a passive as long as you fill in these little circles with sparks. So let's do that right now. Let's see here. Yep, we want haste. We want some health. Alright, so we filled in all the circles with the corresponding colors, and we are granted what each spark gives us, plus the bonus from the bigger puzzle piece, as I call it, which gives us the Duelist passive. So let's throw on some little pieces over here to fill in the page. I'm not really going to pay attention to what I'm putting in. This is just for the sole purpose of showing you how the loadout system works. So I'm just gonna click and drag these. At this time there is no triangle. I don't think that fits into that. So that's just the basic idea. I'm actually just gonna clear this page because I don't want to save it. I like the basic one that they come out with. So yeah, Shapers, equivalent of champions. Loadouts are the equivalent of your passive, masteries, and runes. And with the most recent update, they do have ward skins, and actually there are some shaper skins now. But I'm gonna hop into a game just to show you, kind of walk you through the basics of the game. But while we're in a queue, by the way, these queue times are really short, and the loading time to get into a game is very crazily short. I believe I was watching one of the developer streams. Somebody in the Twitch chat asked, how do you load your game so fast? And Pluto, one of the employees at Waystone, all he said was magic. It was really majestic, actually. But yeah. While we're waiting for the queue, I can talk about the game a little bit. The motto of Dawngate is break the meta. So they're basically trying to like redesign, re-image the MOBA game type. Instead of 3 lanes as most MOBAs you see, the main map on Dawngate has only 2 lanes, and most of the map is taken up actually by the jungle. So that's a lot different. That changes how teams will work and how they will coordinate their team fights and things of that nature. Now currently the jungle is a little bit unbalanced, which means that the buffs give the jungler a really good buff, and it gives them good XP in Vem, which is the equivalent of gold in this game. It's called Vem. But the small jungle camps are basically useless for the jungler to get. So a lot of times he takes his 3 buffs and he just kind of lane camps, because if he doesn't do that, he'll fall behind. So this game, I don't know what I'm going to go. We have a Vex, which is another carry, and he's going Gladiator. So going Varian wouldn't be the best decision. I'm actually liking Ferris a lot. He does magic damage, and we could use that right about now. Okay, so let me explain what you see right here. So here is the Shaper selection, which is the equivalent of Champion Selection in League. You choose who you want to play. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. I want to play Ferris. He's a magic damage assassin. I click choose Ferris. Now this screen,
All gone now.
yes. Thank you, Ferris. Now, now this screen, this is where you choose your loadouts, which is again the equivalent of your passive, your rune page, and your mastery all combined. In this case, I really like my testing page, which gives me some decent stats. Alright, so anyways, back to this screen. Now you can choose your role. There's 4 roles: Gladiator, Tactician, Hunter, and Predator. I like Tactician. A lot of people, majority of people go Tactician, because you gain Vem, again, the equivalent of gold, when nearby minions die. Now Gladiator, it's for a farmed focused shaper. Gladiator gives you a stack of bonus Vem each time you kill a minion, up to 15 stacks. And so if you can keep farming over and over and over without being cancelled, and you can keep your stacks, you can get a lot of extra gold. So this is focused on farming. Tactician is focused, as you can read, it's focused more on objectives. You know, you don't really have to focus on farming as much because you get the Vem from nearby enemies or nearby minions dying anyways. Hunter is the jungling role. It allows you to do bonus damage to jungling creeps. And Predator is for people looking to focus on getting a lot of kills. You get bonus, I think it's like 130% bonus Vem for kills. And this fella's streaming, I guess. Anyways, so that's the basics of that screen. I will show you how fast the loading time is for this game. Actually, this is, this is a little bit longer than usual. But again, super fast loading times. It's crazy. Like, we're already in the game right now.
Wondrous.
That's it. That's all it takes.
The Dawngate opens.
Alright, so let's go through the basics of the store. It gives you your recommended items at the top, what they prefer you get. And again, I wouldn't call these items, like League, you can buy a sword or a dagger or something. These are almost considered like building into a skill tree a little bit. So as you can see here, this starting item power gives me plus 10 power. Now what's unique about this game is that power, no matter if you're physical or magic, power applies automatically to what you are. So how do I explain this? So basically, if you're physical or magical, you both get power. Like, there's not a sword for physical damage people and a rod of something for magical damage people. Power is power. It just automatically applies to what you're doing, if that makes sense to you. So what we have here, we have a Petrus Petrus jungler, and he looks like he's invading. So I'll just go over the jungle buffs right now since I'm on the topic of jungling. Okay, so you have 3 buffs, one right there, one right there, and one right there. Now for my side of the map, my team, this buff right here is the armor buff, right there. This buff right here is a haste buff, and this right here is a power buff. And now the only difference between the other side of the map for the other team is that the armor and power buffs are flipped. So this is the power instead of armor, and this is the armor instead of power. The haste buffs are both in the middle of the map. And okay, so I'll go over the stats right now since I kind of just blew your mind with some crazy buffs. So armor, magic resist apply as you would expect. I mean, it reduces damage. You have the item defense penetration, which applies how every other game applies. And now what's unique is you have mastery. So mastery is the equivalent of crit chance, and basically mastery, you can get like plus 25 mastery, which is the equivalent of 25%. So 1 mastery is 1% of crit chance for your basic attacks. Now what mastery does for people that cast spells is it casts. Oops, sorry, I'm trying to farm and explain this at the same time. Mastery for spells, for people that cast spells, it divides the crit chance percent for your basic attacks in half, basically. So if I had 50% crit chance with masteries for my basic attacks, I would have 25% crit chance on my spells. And also the stat haste. This packs a huge punch. Haste is attack speed, cooldown reduction, and movement speed all in one. So that's all in one statistic, which means that you don't buy boots. If you want increased movement speed, you buy haste, which will also give you increased cooldown reduction and increased attack speed. So it's really, really nice. So also, in every other MOBA, you choose before the game, you choose your I would call them, as League calls them, summoner spells, which are, you know, your flash, your heal, your barrier, things of that nature. In this game, you unlock a spellbook spell, which is the equivalent at level 1, level 10, and level 20. I'm going to start Drain, just because I like it. So there's a lot of similar spells that you can go through in the spellbook. But what's unique about this game, unlike any other MOBA, is that, say I didn't want this spell. I didn't want Drain. I accidentally bought it, or I just, you know, it's on cooldown, or I don't want it. One moment, please. I'm not playing Ferris right because I'm trying to explain this. Anyways, say I didn't want Drain. If I was at my store, which is called the Locust, I could click on this, and I could click Unlearned for 400 Vem, which is, you know, the gold equivalent again, and then I could re-choose a spell that I would want. You know, that's just a cool little twist. You don't have to stick with a certain amount that you had to guess what spell you wanted before the game even started. No, you can go throughout the game. You can keep spending 400 Vem to unlearn and relearn as many times as you want. So let's say I use Drain, it's on cooldown. If I had 400 Vem, I could technically click it, unlearn it, and learn something else. So it provides a huge amount of variation. It's also beneficial to the jungler who chooses Vanquish for his creeps. If he doesn't want it, you can sell it while it's on cooldown and get something else. You know, there's just cool little things like that in this game. Give me a second to try to kill this person, and I'll try to explain something. Some of the other basics to you. As you can see, even if I don't get the minion kill, I have Tactician, so I get a little bit of Vem for nearby minions dying. Okay, so now that the waves are reset, as you can see, there's 4 circles on the map. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are called Spirit Wells. As you can see, these little workers over here, these Spirit Wells, you start out, each team controls 2. These Spirit Wells, after a certain amount of time, I don't know the exact time, they unlock, and the other team can capture them. And what it does is, the workers, as you can see, both teams has 34 workers at this time. They passively gain Vem for your team.
First blood.
So, you know, you can capture, say, this, as you can see, this little white bar, once it gets all the way down, it unlocks, and then that means that we can capture the enemy Spirit Well, which reduces the passive Vem they gain throughout the whole game, and then after a while it'll unlock, and then they can capture it again. So it's basically an objective based passive Vem bonus. So it focuses on teamwork, execution, when to capture the Spirit Wells, and it adds another aspect to the game that I really like. Let's see here. Since I was kind of talking, we're 0-2. We're doing kind of bad in this game right now. I'm going to try to focus on getting some more kills now that I've talked my mouth dry, as you would say. I'll show you some just some gameplay as of now, because I think I explained everything that you basically need to know about Dawngate. Oh yes, I did place a ward here earlier while I was talking, and what that is everybody starts out with a free ward. So everybody starts with a ward that has a 3-minute cooldown, and it lasts 3 minutes. So basically, you have a ward all the time. I'm sure there will be a counter warding system implemented in the future. They've talked about it, but as of now, everybody has a 3-minute ward with a 3-minute cooldown. So you just click F to place it, and you can place it anywhere you want. That's that with the wards. So I'm just gonna focus on the gameplay now. I'm gonna try to get some kills so I can show you what Ferris can do, because Ferris is a beast. Let's just say that. So let's focus on the gameplay now. Also, this is a growing community. It is in beta, so you can expect a few problems here and there. But for the most part, the gameplay feels really smooth, really good. I haven't really noticed any game-breaking bugs yet. Honestly, this game is a lot faster paced than any MOBA I've played. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Maybe. Let's see what they have. Michaela has a blink, which is the equivalent of flash. And Biana, her support, also has a blink. So Yeah, we got the kill here. My ult launches. There we go. Good job, jungler. Good gank. Junglers, since I discussed earlier, they get their 3 buffs and they kind of need to camp lanes to not fall behind at this time of the beta. So basically, they just get their 3 buffs, get their XP, get their buffs, and then they start ganking. They start hyper ganking. If you don't do that, or if you don't like find their jungler in like somewhere around the map and kill them, you're gonna fall behind. You're forced as a jungler to gank a lot if you want to be successful. So as I was saying earlier, I'm playing Ferris, a magic damage assassin. Ferris is known for doing massive damage by just it's massive burst damage. So I basically use my E to dive in, and I can use my E to return to my original location within a certain amount of time. My Q switches from melee to basic attacks, and my W, based on if I'm in melee or physical, does different things. Like the little ball you just saw is because I'm in ranged mode and I use my W. If I was in physical mode and used my W, it would twirl a guy out and hit people. As you can see, I have 2600 Vim. I have a lot of equivalent of cash that I should probably spend if I was smart. And since the waves reset, I am going to recall. So, I'm not an expert at itemization, so don't take what I'm building, you know, to heart. Aggression. This gives you defense penetration. I really like it a lot. See, okay, so I call these tier 1 items, these tier 2 items, and the third item that you can finish into, I call them tier 3s. They call them basic, advanced, and legendary, but I kind of go through a tier system. I like my playstyle. I like to buy a bunch of tier 2s before I build into tier 3s. And so I'm gonna go with hunger and consumption, which gives you power and life drain. Which life drain is the equivalent of lifesteal, and I'm gonna buy another power. Probably buy a few HP pots to stay in lane. Okay, so let's go back to lane. Alright, so I'll just go through the items again. Aggression gives me 25 power and increased defensive penetration. Consumption, power and life drain, and just another basic power. What I'm going to build is a destruction, which gives 75 power and 25 defensive penetration flat, which is pretty good. And I'm going to start doing damage. So the Miquella on the other team has an aggression and a consumption, but I have a slight advantage with my basic power. And I do a lot of burst damage compared to her, as you can see. And then I can just E back. So right now, I definitely win the trades. And again, with my passive that I chose, or my loadout, sorry, I have the passenger called Ravage, which gains my power. If you look over here, my power, you can see it. That's actually my basic attack damage, but if you can see, my power goes up for how long I am in battle. I think it's for up to 10 seconds. My power goes up, which is the passive I chose in my loadout, which is actually really nice. I'm gonna go for a kill. No, I got Viana ulted. This is not looking good. Yeah, their Volek came out of the jungle there and ganked me. I probably should have not have dove that. What happened there is Viana has a Malzahar-like ult, which suppresses you and keeps you in a certain place for a certain amount of time. It's actually really, really annoying. And I believe that the Viana heals, because she's a support player, kind of. I believe her heals kept Miquella alive when I tried to dive that. Probably not the best decision, but it was pretty fun. Of course it was fun. This inner shock's not very pleased. Our Vex is 1-4, but at this time Vex is a hyper carry late game, but he is one of the hardest, if not the hardest carry to play, especially without a pre-made team. He has no real escape, so if you get caught, or if you have somebody that has a lot of escapes like a variant or something, you're gonna die a lot. There's just no way around it. This fella will die. I'm not looking to get killed. No, dude. No. Yes, I kept the Desecrator alive because Miquella, as you can see, she has an ult that she locks on and she starts firing rapidly. Teammates can intercept that, and I intercepted it and kept him alive. No problem, dude.
An ally has been slain.
So now I'm kind of low in my lane. Kind of just going to hold it back till Desecrator returns, and I'm going to recall. I can't really do much now. I'm just going to stay in my ranged form. My drain's up in 45, so can't really just suck the life out of people. She is going with an action, okay, which gives her Mastery and Haste. Mastery again, the equivalent of crit chance. As you see, I'm level 10. I can get my second spell. Let's see, Michaela's not level 10 yet, so I can't really see what she gets. I like trying to counterpick spells, but I really like Stagger. It does damage and slows them based on how far away they are. Bastion is almost like Barrier, except you gain armor and magic resistance.
Amazing.
And since I'm high mobility and I kind of dive in, and if I get silenced, I'm kind of useless. I wouldn't say useless, but I'm gonna go with a Bastion. I like it a lot. Oh dear. So Michaela's taking aggro right now. They're really, I don't know what they're doing right now. So we held it off, I guess. We didn't really achieve much there. The smart thing for me to do would be to recall, considering Viana almost guaranteed has her ult. And yeah, that's why you recall. Recalling is very important in this game. If you dive in low, you're gonna die. And there's the Viana ult, the suppression. Kept our, let's see here, our Petrus, I believe it is, yep. Our Petrus from moving. Desecrator will drop, and Petrus is, nope, Petrus will live. So I played that terribly. Do not take notes from my gameplay. I never have claimed to be good, and I probably never will be good. But again, it's a fun, high-paced game. Don't take it too seriously, guys. I'm gonna go Force, which will give me power and mastery. Pain is a nice item. It gives you power and mastery, and a lot of people that build life drain or life steal or have healing effects, they get reduced by 50%, which is really key in this game. Haha! So she was sitting in the bush, and I dashed over there and used my volley for my range form and got a kill. That was just a lucky guess. Right now they're just really strong. We do have a 1 in 6 Vex. Kind of bummer, but it is what it is. You do what you can. That's what Ferris does. He dashes in, does his little combo. He does as much damage as he can. He dashes out. You basically just keep trying to, I don't know, kind of just keep poking them down, dwindling them down, and then if you get them low enough, you can go in and finish them off, clean up, you know. But let's see if we can. We do need to drop our wards. Ah, I misclicked. That's unfortunate. We can, I don't know, the Viana heal, dude. Desecrator needs a fallback for sure. Oh, this is a death trap. This is not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. I really didn't want to do that. I have a drain up in case they, they dash for the wall too aggressively. This, yeah, this Desecrator, he knew. No problem, dude. So let's see. So since destruction gives you 75 damage, which is a pretty hefty amount, it is pretty expensive. I can't really finish any tier 2s into tier 3s yet. Just keep my items for now. I still call them items, but in a way it's like a skill tree. But
the enemy captured your spirit well.
Let's see. So they're building. I guess Volok has a little bit of armor. They have power, health. They're really focused on health right now, which leads me to think that a decay or rune would not be a bad idea. It's basically the equivalent of Blade of the Rune King does 4% of their basic, or their health, max health, over 4 seconds. This is actually really nice. There we go. My drain picked up a kill, which is my drain. I probably should have told you that a little bit earlier. The spell I chose, my first spell, drain, does a pretty good amount of damage and heals me for 90% of the damage, but it does the damage over 5 seconds. So it's balanced. Go in, poke, and get out. And I do have enough for my destruction. I'm going to go back and get that. I think Desecrator with his massive amount of CC can hold that off. So right now we probably should be focusing on getting our Vex some kills, getting him caught up a little bit. You know, he is behind. Hopefully this Petrus isn't AFK. I'm not sure. Yeah, he disconnected. So this is a 4v5, a lovely game to show you to demonstrate Dawngate. But again, just keep playing. I've won plenty of 4v5s. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Ah, look at that dude. Come on. I don't know why they sit in that bush and recall every time, man. Every time. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take the free Vim. No, Reyna. Reyna is a support tank. She does not take damage. She refuses to die a lot. Actually, let's see. I'm just kind of gonna experiment with what damage I do. Never mind. I don't want to die. Wow. Welcome to Reyna. So she actually might dive and get killed. Yeah. Let's see if I can bait her out a little bit. She did Bastion. Oh, I do not want to mess with the Bullock though. Just wanted to see what was over there real fast before I recall. Actually, it's probably faster to walk. No, it's not. I can go through the store while I'm recalling. So my next purchase is going to be an assimilation. Give me even more penetration, flat penetration though. Give me life drain and on killer assist heals me. I'm just gonna go vote no. Although it's a 4v5, I'm gonna vote no just for the sake of playing the game and showing you guys some more gameplay footage if you are still interested. There is a low Reyna in there, but again, she's a Reyna. Doesn't really take as much damage. My drain is back up. I'm gonna wait for that shield to go down. Ah, that's a lot of healing. I want to. Oh, I took a lot of damage there. No, Desecrator! It's not looking good right now. No! I should have stayed alive so my ult went off. No, I should have stayed alive so my ult went off. I got excited. She was low. So again, if you notice me playing on a unlocked screen, there is an option here to lock the screen if you are a locked screen player. Although I do make fun of my friends that play on a locked screen because you can't really see much. I'm not gonna judge you. You can play on an unlocked screen if you want, or on a locked screen if you want. I don't care. So right now we're kind of just pushing to our base. Ah, I didn't even go over the bindings. I'm a noob at explaining things. Okay, so the bindings are the equivalent of turrets. There's 1, 2, 3 of them in your lane. So basically they get destroyed, but unlike any other MOBA, the inner one, after being destroyed, respawns after 4 minutes. They actually come back. This one, the middle one, respawns after 8 minutes, and this one respawns after 12 minutes. So unlike any other MOBA, your bindings, which are the equivalent of turrets, actually respawn after a certain amount of time. Which, you know, makes it so you're actually awarded if you defend the game. If you keep them from destroying you, you're actually, like, you're given a second chance in a way. If that makes sense. It should. Haha. These things right here, these are called Striders, which are huge minions that do a lot of damage. They do a lot of damage to you and your binding. But I think they come. There's like certain periods of time in which they come. And you're awarded stronger striders throughout the game for doing. I don't know exactly what the objectives are. I think it might be capturing the spirit wells that grants more powerful striders. I have my drain and my ult on him. I might get a kill. No, I will not. I think he bastioned. I'm not sure. Yep. Alright, so they're pushing to our base. They're attacking our Guardian. As you can see, the Guardian has 3 HP bars. Let's say they took down only 1 HP bar, and then they had to go out of the base because we defended it. That 1 HP bar will not come back. But let's say they take this down to half HP, and they had to leave because we respawned and we defended it. That second bar will regen all the way up. So as long as you get all the way down on 1 HP bar, it won't come back. So I think, yeah, this is going to be the end of the game. So that's the basics of Dawngate. I really hope you liked it. If you did, I'll have a download link in the description. You know, check this game out. It's a really fast-paced MOBA game. It's really fun to play. New and upcoming. So you know, get yourself on the top 200 leaderboard while it's still young. Get yourself known. Maybe get on a team for future competitive gameplay, possibly. I'll just go over the little award system after the games right now, since it's about to pop up. As you can see, it's called karma voting. So basically, let's see, you have MVPs of your team or the game. I think this Volk did good. I can grant him karma. I think Varian did good. Reyna did good. Basically, their whole other team did good. So I'll give them all karma, which is basically the equivalent of boosting. I'll show you. There's a roll you get after the game to grant you an award. So this roll right here is a random roll. It's the basic roll that gives you a little boost. You get a victory bonus if you actually win, which I did not. And here's the karma where you voted for. That's when this comes into play. Based on how many people chose to give you karma, you get a certain amount of karma to boost you. So here you can see little tiers of awards. You have the common, which I got this game. You have grand, which gives a little better award. You have the astral, which gives, or you have the astral and exalted, which give you even better awards as you go up, obviously. Then you have divine, which actually gives you a chance to unlock a shaper, and it gives you really good rewards. So that was the first game of Dawngate. If you've never seen it, that's the basics of Dawngate. As you can see, I got 36 destiny, which is a currency that is used to unlock shapers. I can show you that right now. Shapers. Let's say I already have Vex. Let's say I want to unlock Nisa. I can either use the Waystone points, which are new. They're called waypoints, which are the equivalent of like a purchasable point system. Or you can just use the 800 destiny, which I actually have enough to unlock Nisa, and I'm going to unlock Nisa with destiny. So I went from 824 to 24. So again, that was the basics of Dawngate. If you liked it, download the game. It's super fun. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you liked the video, and until next time, friends.